Islam is growing, and it's not because of pressure or trying to convince people. It's because when people meet it, they see something that's been missing, something real. There's honest truth in Islam. It doesn't try to be cool or trendy. It doesn't change its rules when culture changes. It gives you a way to live that stays the same, has deep roots, and feels personal. And in a world where people are always pretending, especially online, that kind of spiritual honesty hits really hard. Take prayer, for example. In Islam, prayer is not just something you do once a week with other people. It's 5 times a day. Just you and God. No priest, no choir, no emotional buildup, just a quiet, regular act of connecting. You face the same direction, you say the same words taught over 1400 years ago. And every move has meaning, down to the way you raise your hands, bow, and put your face to the ground. It's not a show, it's being present. And people who find Islam often say it's the first time they've ever felt like they were really talking to God, not talking about God. And that's just one part of it. Fasting during Ramadan, that's not about starving. That's about control, self-control, mind control, soul control. For 30 days, Muslims all over the world turn off autopilot. They stop eating, drinking, even saying certain things from sunrise till sunset. And it resets everything. It's not some random diet plan. It's on purpose. It's about realizing how strong you are when you depend on something greater than yourself. It's about putting your spiritual life back in the driver's seat. This really connects with people in the West where life moves so fast. The pressure is crushing, and spiritual life, if it exists at all, often feels disconnected. People are tired. They've been told to chase happiness in productivity tricks, shopping carts, or wellness apps, but they're still coming up empty. And so when they find a system that tells them, hey, your creator knows you better than anyone, give in to that, and you'll finally find peace. That feels like amazing breath of fresh air. And here's what else is amazing. The structure of Islam is freeing, not limiting. From the outside, it might look strict. Pray at these times, eat these foods, dress this way. But once people start living it, they say the opposite. They say it makes everything simple. You don't waste energy on guesswork. You don't feel like you're making up your values every week. You live with purpose. You walk with clarity. So when we say Islam is growing in the West, this is a big part of why. People aren't just finding a religion. They're finding balance between heart and action, between what they want and how they act. And in a time where so much feels fake or forced, that kind of realness, it's not just refreshing, it changes everything. Let's be real, loneliness is everywhere in the West. People are more connected than ever through social media, but at the same time, they're more alone than ever in real life. You can have 500 friends online and still feel like no one really knows you. That feeling of community we all want, for a lot of people, it's just not there anymore. And that's one of the most powerful reasons Islam is growing in the West. It offers something people are desperate for: belonging. Now, this isn't just casual hanging out. This is deep, meaningful, day-to-day support. When someone becomes Muslim, they're often surprised by how quickly they're welcomed, not just with a welcome message, but with real connection. People offer rides to the mosque, meals get delivered, strangers become like family. It's a level of care and being there that many people haven't experienced before, sometimes not even in their own real family. And it's steady. It's not once a year on a holiday. It's every Friday at the mosque. It's every Ramadan night at the dinner table. It's every time you say peace be upon you to a fellow Muslim, even one you've never met before. Think about that. There's a built-in greeting, peace be upon you, that every Muslim gives to every other Muslim. That alone creates an instant human bond. Doesn't matter your race, your background, your income. You could walk into a mosque in London, New York, or Paris, and you're treated like a brother or sister in faith. That kind of unity, it's rare, and people who've never had that before, they feel it right away. And here's something else that hits hard. The Muslim community puts togetherness first. Islam doesn't just encourage community, it requires it. The Friday group prayer isn't optional. It's a weekly gathering where people check in with each other. It's not just prayer, it's connection. You're shoulder to shoulder with people from all walks of life, facing the same direction, praying to the same God. There's no VIP section. Everyone stands equal. And that physical reminder that we are one is deeply grounding. During Ramadan, this sense of togetherness grows. Every night communities come together to break their fast. Mosques overflow with people. Strangers pass out dates and water. Families open their homes to guests. And if you're alone, you won't stay that way for long. Someone will notice. Someone will invite you in. That's the culture. That's the normal way. Now imagine you're someone who has felt invisible most of your life. Someone who's never been part of something bigger. And suddenly you find yourself welcomed into a global family of 2 billion people, not just in name, but in action. You're seen, you're valued, you matter. That kind of belonging changes lives, even beyond the rituals. The Muslim community emphasizes service. There's a constant push to help others, whether it's through charity, volunteering, or just showing up for someone in need. And when you give back like that, it doesn't just help the person you're serving, it heals something in you too. It builds self-worth. It builds connection. It reminds you that you're not alone. And let's not ignore the emotional and mental health side of this. Studies have shown that having a strong, supportive community directly reduces worry, sadness, and even physical sickness. Islam provides that. Converts often say it's the first time they've had a network that really cared, not for what they do, but for who they are. So when people ask why are so many in the West turning to Islam, this is one of the biggest reasons. Because in a world full of division, Islam offers unity. In a society drowning in doing everything alone, Islam says you belong here. And for many people, that's not just compelling, it's life-changing. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: how confusing religion has become for a lot of people in the West. For many, it feels like belief is this big complicated puzzle. Contradictions in scripture, shifting moral stances, unclear theology, historical edits, and unanswered questions. And when you're genuinely looking for truth, that confusion becomes exhausting. You start to wonder, is there anything out there that just makes sense, that doesn't change every few decades, that has one message, one system, one God? That's where Islam steps in. And this is a huge reason it's growing so fast in the West, because it's not just spiritual, it's clear. The theology is simple, unchanging, and deeply logical. Islam teaches that there is only one God, no partners, no go-betweens, no divine family tree, just one creator, one message, one book. For people coming from backgrounds where belief feels like trying to solve a riddle, this kind of clarity